All right, I'm here Street Beat with Aaron and Katie, two tattoo artists, and you guys agreed to be interviewed for Street Beats. Cool.
Yep, we're all good.
Right on, we got that. All right, so okay, well, man, let me start up. How long? Start with how about Aaron?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how long have you been tattooing, and what got you into it?
I've been tattooing for 3.5 years.
3.5 years.
And I was working a soul-sucking corporate job.
Oh
And the
wow,
guy-
soul sucking. That's right.
The guy in front of me had been working there for 40 years, and he started getting this cough,
Wow.
and he started getting really sick, and they wouldn't give him time off to go to the doctors. And so that was kind of my wake-up call
Yes.
that I was running out of time to like pursue what I wanted to with my life, I guess. And so I got tattooed, I got a suit done, and then I just started working on my drawing for like 4 or 5 years, and then started, going shop to shop, hoping someone would take me in.
So you're doing like sort of an apprenticeship here, or you were done your apprenticeship?
I did my apprenticeship over at Santa Cruz Tattoo
Oh, you
near
did?
the
Oh,
boardwalk,
okay.
yeah. And then I worked with Katie over at Triton for about a year, and then I met Dylan, and I've been here for a couple months now.
So now that you're actually just doing customers in this shop. You're doing, and is it like walk-ins, or you're getting your own clientele right now, or are you
I've had
building
my-
up a little bit?
Yeah, I've had my own
You
clientele
have?
for a while now,
Okay.
but we're doing like an opening party to let Scotts Valley know we're here because it's like a brand new business.
Right on. Yeah, this
Yeah.
location in Scotts Valley. Go figure. I mean, it's great, man. We need this kind of stuff in this town.
Yeah.
I think it's the only tattoo place here, right?
There's Idlewild just across the street, but it's a privately run.
It's more
studio.
okay. It's more like that.
Yeah.
This is more of an open stuff.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like Justin Ford.
Hey, so I'm just gonna ask you the questions. I was gonna ask Dylan. Dylan's the owner.
Oh,
So
wait,
Kate was shift to Katie now. We can shift to
Yeah.
Katie. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Katie,
Katie.
what got
Hey,
Katie into
so how long have
tattoo?
you been doing tattoos? Then?
I've been tattooing now for about 3 years.
Oh, 3 years too. So both of you about
Yeah.
3 years. Wow. Good.
And I was doing my apprenticeship in SF a couple years ago.
Oh, right on. I'm from San Francisco.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like it.
I was tattooing at a private studio there, and I kind of always grew up drawing and painting.
Oh, okay.
And I went to school for web design, and similarly, I was also working corporate
Mm-hmm,
job. But I was already pretty heavily covered, and I always knew I had interest, but I like applied a bunch when I was 18 to shops,
Mm-hmm.
but being that young and that minimally tattooed at that age,
Yeah.
it was a lot harder to get apprenticeships. And so I got my apprenticeship a few years ago as my corporate job was ending. And yeah.
So you guys didn't have the same soul-sucking corporate job, or did
Just
you?
different
No.
flavors.
Different flavors.
Different soul-sucking
Yeah.
jobs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in account management,
Now,
and you were.
I
I
know-
was a
Stanford.
digital content manager at Stanford.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, and I'm noticing it. You got some really amazing looking tattoos and
Yeah.
stuff. So was that ever a problem with some of these companies in terms of whatever?
My grandparents were really concerned when
Oh,
they were helping me
okay.
get through college, and I was living with them
Uh-huh,
at the time, and I
uh-huh.
came home from Las Vegas with a neck tattoo, and they're like, "You're never gonna get hired." And then I was really proud of myself when I got hired at one of the most elite schools in the country.
It's changed. The whole tattooing thing is completely changed.
I think
yeah.
it's a little bit more normalized.
Yes,
I
yes.
also wasn't as heavily covered when I started that job like 6 or 7 years ago. So I kind of became more embodied over time, and
Yeah.
I think I stopped fitting the Stanford mold at some point.
You started stuff what?
Stopped fitting the Stanford mold at
Oh,
some point,
yeah,
and
yeah,
so it was pretty obvious that I wasn't quite fitting in. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's quite the job stopper that people says that tattoos are. Now, mind you, I've now got eyelid and face tattoos and hand tattoos.
Well,
so
I'm no.
maybe they're job stoppers now, but
I'm no tattoo connoisseur, but man, it seems like 50%. It seems like more. I'm just around here at least. More people have tattoos than don't, or maybe they're just showing them more.
yeah.
But I love yours. They're just so the spacing and the colors and the different. Can you show me what? Do you have like one that was like maybe the first one you remember? Do you remember your first one?
No, my first one was on my back
It's on your
actually,
back, okay, okay.
and then my second one was on the inside of my arm. Both of those are now covered up. I've got like
Oh,
big
oh.
blackout sleeve project. This is by one of my
Wow.
current coworkers.
Is that going to be colored later, or is it just,
No, this
wow,
is,
nice.
This is
Can I just close up on that?
Yeah.
That is really off the
This
hook,
is
man.
Danny Fernandez
I
at
love
Triton.
that. Who is it?
Danny Fernandez at
Danny
Triton, my coworker.
And so it is as it is gonna be? That's done.
We're
No?
gonna put like white on top of the black in these
Oh,
bigger
I love that.
spaces,
I
but
love
and then
that.
black out the rest of my hand, but and
And-
then finish my armpit, which is
Oh, you got that going too, all the
Yeah,
way down.
yeah.
And what is a snake or something?
it's a snake and some foliage, yeah.
Damn. So what was the why did you choose that particular piece of artwork on that arm?
I think most tattooers would probably tell you that half of their stuff has no meaning at this point.
Really?
It's just because it looks cool.
Really
Yeah,
interesting.
like the
So there's no
first couple you
symbolism.
get-
There's no big symbolism. Maybe of something, but not necessarily.
Not on my arm. There's
Yeah.
other ones that I have that are more symbolic, but I
Okay.
think like what Aaron was about to say was like when you first start getting tattooed, the
Yeah.
first 2 or 3 usually mean something, and then after
Yeah.
a while, it's just like I just got that because it looks cool.
Yeah.
Well, they do look cool. What about you, Aaron? Do you have some tattoos
The only
or?
visible ones right now, it's like my entire stomach from here down, but
Okay.
my clothes are kind of tight.
When did you first start getting those going on that?
My first tattoos, it was like when I was 18. It was at a biker rally. The guy was
Mine was in a
definitely
shed.
on something.
Yeah, yeah. Mine was in a shed.
Uh-oh.
Yours was at a biker.
Oh, is that
rally.
the guy that did your stomach?
No, he
Oh.
like did this like script thing that you can't read anymore. It's like
Okay.
all blend together.
How long ago was that though that you had that?
I'm gonna be 29 tomorrow. It's like
So.
10-ish,
10-ish, 11-ish
Oh
years
wow.
ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I have like wings that go across my back with the dagger in the middle,
Man.
and then like from my hips down, it's all floral stuff.
So let me get. So your guys' art. So do you guys also do some of the tattoo art? You draw? Do you paint? Either one of you?
Yeah.
Both of you?
Yeah,
Both
and
of you?
we just had our first art night here.
Right on.
Yeah. Katie was a
Can
part
I
of
start
it,
with
too.
you, like Aaron? Like,
Yeah.
so what kind of art is any of it in here or?
I have
in?
some stuff upstairs, or
Yeah,
I guess
okay.
just one thing right now.
But
upstairs.
what's kind of style of art you do, and what medium what do you use? What kind of paints? What kind of paint do you use? Like
I do a lot
oils,
of-
acrylics.
I do a lot of different things.
Do you?
Like I'll like draw on like a doily with ballpoint pen,
Mm.
or like I'll do like colored pencil or acrylic. It's very random.
Mm. So you get a lot of different mediums. You do
Yeah,
color
just if
pencil.
I can draw on it, I'll do it.
And then what about you, Katie? What kind of art are you doing? Sculpture even? You know, doing that kind of stuff?
No, no sculpture. I definitely I paint with acrylic paint a lot.
Oh, nice.
Pen and ink. I do a lot of photography.
Okay.
I'm also a web designer, so I do a lot of like digital media stuff as well. And like poetry, pretty much anything.
Just
creative
creativity,
and-
just
creative
total
and
creativity
two-dimensional.
going on.
Yeah.
She does
Um,
live painting too, so
yeah.
she'll like go to a concert and be painting at the concert. It's pretty cool.
Oh, 4 people and then
Yeah, at like shows and stuff.
like
so.
portraitures and things.
No, usually just like whatever I'm working on, I'll bring it out to a show and set up in a corner, like near the stage or something, and just be painting there at events.
So if I came in or someone came, I never had a tattoo. I've thought about it here and there, but so if someone walks in the door and they say to you, so you have like a book, maybe they have their own art. How do you get the art from the person if they have it, or if they have an idea and do you have a book you can show them, or you freehand stuff? How do you put the art from concept onto the flesh? Different ways, maybe.
Me personally, I do like they call it flash or pre-drawn designs.
Okay.
And so there's a book of like available designs for people to pick from,
yeah,
and
seen
then
that.
custom work is when they have like a specific idea or concept in mind, and it's kind of your job to pull what they actually want out
Yes.
of them to be able to design something. So like, it's dependent on the person.
And then how do you get that on their skin? Like a stencil or something like that? And so you trace that. What about, is there any, do you guys ever do any kind of freehand where somebody would just come in and have you ever done that? Or would you do that? Where it's just freehand, or it's always with the stencil? Always with the stencil.
It depends. Like if it's in an awkward area, we do freehand. and
Okay.
then, because sometimes the stencil just like is fighting us.
Yeah.
What's
the day.
what's the most, because I've heard there's different parts of the body are more painful, so what's just a few of the areas of the body that are more painful? If someone's getting a tattoo, they might not want to, or maybe they like pain, I don't know.
The ditch of the leg.
Which one?
Any of your ditches, like ditch in the back of your leg. or
Okay,
ditch-
okay.
Ditch right here.
Uh-huh.
I'll say the under part of my chin was
Interesting. So
quite
certain
painful.
sensitivity parts, yeah.
Stomach is also really bad because if you
Okay.
think about it, like your stomach is soft and you have this meat in this area, which
Yeah.
people make you think that it's not as painful, but it's actually like protecting all your vital organs.
It's a
And so
reason
there's a
why
lot
it's
of
painful. It's telling you
nerve
something.
endings
Like,
there. It's very,
yeah,
very
yeah.
uncomfortable. So
Yeah, it's like we're kind of like robots where all our nerve endings are connected right here and
Yeah.
they like go up. So like it's like you're getting tattooed right here. You can feel it kind of ping back and forth. with
Wow.
The pain.
Do you think, and again, I don't want this question to be perceived as being weird or anything, but you think some people who get tattoos maybe in some way like that pleasure pain association, you know, actually, because I've heard that some
Yeah.
people actually get in a little bit to the pain, not that they're masochists, but they
No.
something about that, the
I
needle, they
think-
like that, some
I
people.
think that there's a very big correlation between people who've experienced a lot of trauma in their life and want
that's
to get
interesting.
tattooed.
That is very interesting. Wow.
So usually you can tell which of your
Yeah.
clients have had like heavier experiences in their
Wow.
life because they're able to sit a lot better.
That's interesting.
There's
Wow.
also like a big correlation too between like some of the self-harm community and people who alternatively choose to get tattooed instead of doing self-harm. So there's a lot
Oh,
of
so
aspects of
it-
it that can be like sort of therapeutic.
That's interesting,
with
yeah.
tattooing and yeah, and then I'm sure that there's people who just like, I mean, like sometimes I'm just like, I just need someone to stab a needle in my face or like
Every week.
tattoo my
I mean,
head
yeah,
right
do you,
now or
do you
my
like get an
eyelids on a
itch?
wig.
If you've had so many tattoos, there's like an itch sometimes, just like you
Oh.
want that needle punch for some.
Every week.
Really?
Every
So,
week.
so there is a little
Katie's
bit
on
of
another
attraction
level.
to some people for that feeling that you get when the needle goes in. It's just
Yeah.
something. It's a thing. It's its own thing in a way.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, it's definitely like you can become very addicted to
It's
it.
interesting. And what about to the actual tattooing itself? Not in the process to getting tattoos is like, you know, like some people get addicted to say plastic surgery and they go overboard. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
people get addicted to tattoos? Like I want more and more and more.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think that you can take it too far with any hobby or any addiction
Sure,
or
it's any
any
addiction, yeah.
substance for that matter.
But I feel like that's in extreme cases. Like you'll know someone's got some body dysmorphia if like their face is blacked out and they have like black tattooed eyes, you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
and they usually have like other body modifications too.
I mean, I probably will end up with like a full body black suit at some point.
So
but
so that means no
Not my
no.
face, but-
Does that mean no flesh being seen anymore? Just a
no,
full
I probably
blackout?
what we
Yeah.
call it is a blast over, where
A blast
you
over,
like
yeah.
take big channels of black and you put it on top of like pieces that already exist. So I would imagine at some point I end up with like a full blast over black, like blacked out bodysuit.
Do you see more people doing that? I mean, because I'm noticing people more tattoo. You know, they're getting more and more covered. It seems like a thing that's it's
Yeah,
trending. You know
I
what I mean?
think-
It's trending. Yeah.
I think again, like as it's become more socially acceptable,
Mm-hmm.
that people are being more broad with what they're choosing to get and getting more bold, like more quickly. I see a lot of like younger kids who are coming in and asking for the job stopper tattoo.
What is it? So younger, you know, just real quick on that point, is there an age whereas let's say a 15-year-old walk in, do they need consent or can
Oh,
you
you
even
can't
do that?
tattoo someone who's 15.
What's the age at which you can get a tattoo?
You have to be 18. You have to be
Eight.
adult. Yeah.
Interesting. So by law, you cannot be younger than 18 to get a tattoo
Yeah,
legally.
and even then, I
Smart,
think
too.
you should maybe
Wow.
raise
I did not know that.
raise
Maybe a little bit
raise
higher.
the
So,
age
but-
limit because the things you're getting when you're 18 are
Not old
usually
enough to
not
drink,
listed
but you can get a
legal.
tattoo. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean it's probably better because you're not drinking and then getting a tattoo, which is also a stupid decision that we
Cool.
see sometimes.
Well, you guys have been great. I just got one last question. So someone comes in, and as far as the artistic side of it, what if they came in and they just said, "Look, I really don't know," and do you act as sort of a consult or a guide based on what they're looking for?
Yeah, I think like something that I say often to my clients is like I'm a conduit for your vision. So as much as this is like me creating my art, it's actually your vision, and so there's this collaborative aspect to it, and I'll
Wow.
ask certain questions that will help guide me towards like what it is that they're desiring, and usually it takes a few rounds of iterating on designs before you get to a point where you're like, this is what I want. And
Tattoo coach, kind of. Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
You're coaching them on what's going to blend or what's going to look in
Yeah,
together.
I mean,
they,
I
they
never-
might, yeah.
I never tell a client like that's a bad idea.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
you're
for
there to guide them and be like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know if that idea will look that good in 10 years from now in that specific spot. So maybe we choose something that's like a
Interesting.
little bit bigger, or maybe put it in a different spot. So you have to like use your knowledge of the body and how things heal over time.
And like anything, there's probably certain tattoos that maybe are kind of dated. Like if somebody comes in with tattoos from 20 years ago, there's stuff that's current now that won't be later. But
Oh yeah, you can tell
Yeah.
everyone's age group based on this type of
Interesting.
tattoos. They have like all millennials
Oh yeah,
have
I love
some
this.
sort of ornamental design on them.
Wow,
All
wow,
what is it,
wow.
Gen Z, the one
Gen
below us,
Z.
they all have cyber sigilism.
And
so
then the one before it,
That
it's
is
a lot
cool.
of tribal.
a lot of tribal.
The
so,
tribal art, I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
That's very
so-
90s thing.
Yeah, so it's like you can see different
Wow,
decades
this is
dated
great.
by the trends in tattooing. It's really interesting.
So future, where do you see the future tattoos going? What style of future tattoos might be happening?
I don't. That's a hard question to answer, especially given
You don't know?
the
Okay.
introduction of
Yeah.
AI
And the
in
internet.
the internet. Like I
Yeah,
see
yeah.
a lot of artists that are pivoting and using AI as a tool, and I see a lot of artists that are really resentful.
I'm one of them.
We're one of them.
The purists, the purists.
A,
I love
little
that.
bit,
Yeah,
like
we're
it
both,
should
yeah.
come from your mind. I think there's
Mm-hmm.
some balance between like using the tools at hand to elevate your craft,
Mm-hmm.
and then also honoring your craft and the tradition of it.
So maybe using
Oh,
AI
yeah.
on a limited basis, depending, but then depending on what the
Yeah.
client wants, the customer. Oh, is it
I
you
won't,
limit?
I won't use any
You
AI.
okay? Oh,
None of
neither
us-
of you guys will use
yeah.
AI right now. Okay,
No.
right on. And no point in the future you don't see that happening for you guys.
Not for me, at least. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's gonna. I think that's gonna impact where we see tattooing go in the next 10 years.
In what way? In what way?
Probably
We'll have a machine.
homogenized.
Everything will be
designs.
similar and,
Yeah.
and just less creative and less unique.
Unique, yeah.
Yeah, it's
and-
kind of like how you see animated movies from the 2000s versus now. It's
Yeah.
like the soul and
Same.
life of them is sucked out of them.
Yeah.
You know?
So you guys, and if you stay, it sounds like you will, as the purists,
Yeah.
you'll be holding down that fort. So you're right,
Last
and that's
man standing.
right. So that's
With no
great.
clients.
So that is so cool. Well, you guys have been primo, man,
Aw.
and I really appreciate this interview.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was lovely
Katie
to meet
and
you.
Aaron, and I'm gonna sign off.
Sweet.